Anyone seen Ava Baroni?
Hmm?
The little white girl that Diddy adopted. Where'd he get her from?
But you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you around and look.
You guys remember Ava Baroni Combs, the video that we shared and talked about together?
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child.
On the streets, and then Papa Cone.
I did some digging around and found some old photos that go back many years. She was with them when she was very, very young, so she is.
Start writing, and we're gonna take our cousin Kwai and our best Ava. You guys all know her and remember her and ask about her every day, so you get to see her. Yay! But yeah, we can get ready for that soon. Hey guys, so we're with Ava and Kwai. We're going for snack riding. Yeah. We're on the way. Our appointment's at 3 and it's 2:17, so we kind of like gotta hurry, but we'll be there at 2:57, so we're gonna be good.
It looks like Diddy will be spending more time in prison than he was initially sentenced to, after new evidence came out linking him to the disappearance of his 11-year-old adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs. Katt Williams has been blowing the whistle for years, and it looks like everything he accused Diddy of doing was true after all. Ava was reported missing right around the time Diddy popped up on IG Live to announce that he had adopted her. And guess what? Right after he posted this and it went viral, he took the videos down and never posted her again. To make matters even worse, Ava's social media pages also disappeared, and she hasn't been spotted anywhere since then. But now, new evidence is linking her to that island mansion, with some receipts even alluding to her being one of the many people who were mistreated and used for their bodies by industry higher-ups. Okay, so it all started back in April 2020, during lockdown, when Diddy did an Instagram Live for his Dance-a-thon fundraiser and suddenly introduced a tall white teen girl named Ava Baroni as his adopted daughter. Initially, Ava even tried introducing herself to the people on live using her real name, but Diddy immediately corrected her, demanding that she use his last name instead.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside.
Now, as you can already imagine, once Diddy posted this video, people had a lot of questions. Whose white offspring was this? And why did they randomly give her to Diddy, of all people? The entire thing was sketchy as hell, to say the least, and Diddy's reluctance towards answering the questions didn't help. In fact, things got worse when Jaguar Wright stepped in and accused Diddy of buying Ava from her parents. Girl, you already know how passionate Jaguar gets with these things, especially when it has to do with Diddy. She had a lot to say, and even though it initially sounded crazy and far-fetched, people dug into the allegations and found some shady things. People started speculating that this Ava was actually reported missing, and she came from a highly dysfunctional home. So dysfunctional that at one point her mom, Catherine Ann Baldwin, was literally dragging her around the entire country to escape CPS.
Anyone seen Ava Baroni?
Hmm?
The little white girl that Diddy adopted. Where'd he get her from? Was she the pick of the litter? Those poor. You know, people should go back and do a little research in the 90s, especially in the mid-late 90s and early 2000s. The diddler used to throw white parties in Bangkok and Dubai and in Morocco, where child prostitution is legal. He's been snatching up little kids for decades.
In fact, I did my own little investigation into her background, because I wanted to understand if there was really truth to it, and baby, it all makes so much sense. Okay, so just a month after Catherine and Anne's dad, David, got married, David filed for divorce. Apparently, she was a raging serial liar and also had a lot of mental health issues. However, not too long after they split, she found out she was pregnant with Eva. Now, even though they were separated, David still financially supported her through her pregnancy and was present at all doctor's appointments. But just 2 months before the birth of Eva, Catherine dropped off the face of the earth. As in, this woman ran away. It wasn't until Catherine's sister Tina found her on MySpace, the old social media website, that David finally knew the whereabouts of his daughter. At this point, Catherine had already given birth to Eva. David proceeded to file for joint custody of her, which he actually won. But Catherine was working overtime to still keep him away from Eva. It got so bad that David resorted to sending letters to Eva's school, requesting that they inform him if Eva was absent. But the school also ignored him. Anyway, fast forward to 2015. David requested the courts grant him full custody. But right when he did, Catherine ran away with Eva again. You cannot make this up. A Facebook page was created by an acquaintance of Catherine so anyone who had information could reach out to them. It was through this page that a private detective from Florida reached out to Gus to inform him of a discovery he had made on Google Earth. In April of 2016, Catherine's vehicle, a silver 2014 Ford Escape, was found abandoned behind a Firestone tire in a San Antonio parking lot. Nothing really came of this tip, and it's believed that the detective in question just made this up so he would receive the reward money that David had put out for anyone who could give him useful tips about Catherine and Eva's whereabouts. But this is where things get even more disturbing. In 2020, about 5 years after David had heard anything about Catherine and Eva, a couple of videos started going viral on TikTok of a mother and a daughter dancing in all their videos. These women were suspected to be Catherine and Eva. Now, at first glance, it looked like a mom and her daughter having fun. However, people looked deeper into the videos and started noticing some strange things. The videos looked off, almost like the women were being forced to film them. So guess what people did? They would leave comments like, "Wear pink in the next video if you need our help." And the women actually did. So at this point, it was very clear that they needed help. From the looks of it, they were being held hostage and forced to make these videos as a form of advertisement. Now, the daughter and mom duo on TikTok have not been confirmed by police to be Catherine and Eva. In fact, up till this day, no one knows where they are. Catherine's family believes that both she and Eva are dead, while David believes that they are still out there somewhere. However, the daughter-mother duo on TikTok looked very much like Catherine and Eva. Even the girl Diddy adopted also looks just like Eva, but an older version of her. Remember, Eva went missing in 2015, and Diddy made that video in 2020. By that time, Ava would have been 11, which is also the same age that the missing Ava would have been. So now the question everyone is asking is, are these two Avas the same people, or is this all just one big coincidence? They have the same name, they look alike. The timeline of their ages matches, and no one can trace the parents or whereabouts of Ava in Diddy's video. Diddy actually never bothered addressing it, which honestly made the whole thing even more suspicious. And it doesn't help that 3 years after this whole thing, he was exposed by Cassie, and one of the charges he was facing was Epstein. In fact, he backtracked once the heat started catching up to him. He went from claiming Eva as his adopted daughter, to now denying her being his adopted daughter once all these receipts got exposed. But people believe that even though he never actually legally adopted her, he still had her before he introduced us to her. You see, there are multiple pictures of Eva with Diddy's daughters, dating all the way back to when Eva was maybe about 6.
You can see she's been with him in interviews, hanging out with Diddy's daughters. She was seen everywhere with Diddy's daughter. Here's another one. And I mean, they go way back. And here's a few more. So it shows that, yes, indeed, they spent time together and they grew up together. This is, in fact, their sister and Diddy's adopted daughter. However, I found a video that is so suspect. I want you guys to check it out and tell me what you think.
This is my life. This is because I am a great father, but I'm sleeping with these. Tell me, who do you have a crush on? Tell Daddy true.
I don't know about you guys, but that video and the way Diddy's acting raises so many questions. So many are asking, where's Ava Baroni Combs now? This is the most recent photo I found. There's another one I'm going to show you, which is this one right here. But sisters and Diddy are nowhere to be found.
Now, when it comes to Ava being at the island mansion, people believe she was sent there to be used, and once that entire ring collapsed, Diddy took her in as his. This is just mere speculation that folks are making online, so you'll have to take it with a pinch of salt. And as for Katt, He has been speaking on Diddy for a very long time. He didn't lie in 2024 when he said all lies will be exposed, because baby, Diddy hasn't known any peace since Katt said that.
Big dick deviance is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipt for everything I'm telling you. That's why I just say I'm so free.
As usual, people had their thoughts like this person who said, Dirty Diddy didn't legally adopt, poor little girl, I pray you're well and safe, and why not ask the twins where their adopted sister is? Another person said, poor Ava, the story she told was very telling. The video is definitely giving cringy vibes, calling him Papa Diddy. I almost fell out of my seat. Diddy totally rehearsed her on what to say, but she flipped it to let us know she was picked up on the street by him, and the last part at the very end of her sentence, he cut the video off. She was about to spill more to the world, but now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Dirty adopting Ava? And do you really think she is the same Ava who's missing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.